You could take amazing pictures, have an amazing camera, and even have paying clients, but still come across as amateur.
Listen, my loves, you are sick of being seen as an amateur, or you want to take that step into being professional, but you're like, I've got the camera, I kind of got a business name, what do I do, Khandie? And I know people are going to say to you, oh, do this, do this. I want to tell you things you can fix right now that shouldn't cost you any money, or even just, I need to check, maybe cost you a little bit. Okay, but I think these are really important to do, and they will set you apart from being like an amateur sort of business. I don't like giving you advice that goes, okay, we can fix this, we're going to work on this together. No, let's just get it done now. Hi, I'm Khandie. I'm a photographer, mentor, host of The Loud Lens, author of 2 top-selling books on Amazon, and I'm going to tell you what I would do personally and the signs I see in amateur versus professional photographers. Okay, if you're trying to make that leap but you're not quite sure yet, at least start doing these to push yourself in that direction, okay? And if you are a professional and you're like, well, I don't need to watch this, you might be surprised that actually you do need to watch this, because if anything goes by my podcast when people send me messages, some of you are falling foul of some of these. First one is fix your point of contact. Open your Instagram, your website right now. How do people contact you? Is it buried somewhere? Is it in a link tree? Is it they have to go to this page and then scroll down? Is it there? Or do you have your email straight up right where you are? Because I think it's really important. The less steps people have to take to get to you, the better. It should be an incredibly clear route. Inquire here, inquiry sent. No friction, no constant click, click, click. Oh, I found it now. Straight to the point, direct, done. We're happy. I'm happy, they're happy. Change your bio language. If I open your Instagram or your Facebook, so it says new photographer, aspiring photographer, building my portfolio, get rid of it. You've lost authority straight away. You're a portrait photographer in insert location. That is so much better than anything else. If you don't do portraits, maybe you do headshots, maybe you do brand, whatever it is. But rather than do this, I'm new, blah, 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 just go straight in, put yourself in a position of authority. Because if people are looking for a photographer, it means they can't take their own. That already puts you in a position. Now you just want to drive that home by making sure they see you as a position of authority, okay? Also, it's really good for SEO. I don't know why people don't do that more often. Like that whole space, stop putting like image maker, memory capture. Use it properly for what it is. There is so much SEO potential in that little space, so use it. Search engine optimization. I'm sure you know that, right? By the way, it just shows that you're skilled. It tells them exactly what they want, and they're not looking for you. They'll go on to the next person, right? This is a tough one because I know I was definitely in this problem. Remove about 30% of your images from your website or your portfolio, because honestly, as you're growing as a photographer, they probably won't serve you anymore. I feel like amateurs put all their shoot up rather than just selecting a few that really sell themselves. But I think professionals really do curate, and I think it's really important to do so. I would go through your portfolio, remove duplicates, outdated work, styles that maybe you're not into anymore, things like that, and make sure you're showing what you're currently shooting and what you're shooting like. If you hesitate on an image whether to delete or not, just delete it, because the fact is it's not the case of you didn't say no, it's the fact you didn't say yes strong enough to deleting it. So just get rid of it, all right? The less images but the ones that stand out more will make your work overall look really strong. I go on some websites and there's like 90 images of the same event. I'm like, you do not need 90 images of the same event unless they're all absolutely, wow, I've never seen anything like that before. No. Another thing I think stands out is about fixing your crop. Now, I know this is controversial because I do like an awkward crop, because I think sometimes in the fashion industry or the beauty industry, it does work really well. But look at it from a professional point of view. Are you cropping at the joints? Are you cropping at a weird angle? Have you done a Dutch angle that was slightly tilted? Oh, no one likes those. I hate those. Sometimes they're really good in fashion, I will say, but for the most part, they rarely work for me. What I want you to do is essentially commit to the crop you've done, like really commit to that frame and that composition and cut with passion. Don't be like, oh, I've just let a load of dead space, unless the intention is to have that dead space and it tells part of the story. Otherwise, get that crop in tighter. I think this alone will elevate your work to show that you really understand how an image feels balanced, or if it's deliberately unbalanced, it's deliberately done and it's very obviously done like that, rather than just, did they crop that badly? Or if they just, you want them to really know that. This is a really clever one, and I think it does sort of help. And I know when we're not very confident we say it, stop saying the word just. Oh, I'm just sending you your gallery. I'm just sending you. It's not just, it's not small what you're sending. You're sending them their images. The images are important. It's not just remove it. Sending your gallery now, not just selling your gallery now. Like, it's just like, it doesn't make you look as professional as it could. And it's just that little word, I feel like really changes how you feel about yourself and how you respect your work. It's just the images. I'm just sending the invoice. No, I'm sending you the invoice now. It's a little bit more authoritative, puts you in a position of power. It's a very subtle change, but I think it's a really good one. Create a shoot opening script. So when you're shooting, you might think, oh, I feel a bit awkward doing this. You're not really sure. Have some go-tos that you know straight away, and then build on those as you get more comfortable. Even now at this level of photography that I do, I still sometimes go into them a bit like, so I know what my go-tos are. And then once I feel comfortable getting that stride, I then start doing the more elaborate poses towards the end, or like just leaning into it a little bit more creatively. I also think it's really important when clients come in and, you know, they do feel a bit uncomfortable. Don't say, they go, I feel a bit awkward. You go, don't worry, I'm going to lead you. It's fine. Just putting that authority straight in makes them feel so much more comfortable, and it shows you as a position of authority, as somebody in the know, and it gets them thinking, okay, this is really good. It gives them a good client experience, which is something they're going to love and want to come back to. Another tip, guys, is slow down when you're shooting. I was totally guilty of this, and I am still at times guilty of this. I think when we're nervous, we rush and we don't take that time to slow down and look and evaluate each frame. But it also, we end up overshooting, and that means then we've got a lot of work to do at the end of the day. So for me, I'm like, just relax, enjoy the frame, do those little tweaks, and just enjoy taking the photos and let your client enjoy the session. Because I will say it must be quite off-putting to be posing and then you're like bang, 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 bang with that shutter. And for the most part, it might feel quite cool, but then when it's constant, they'll be like, okay, and they feel like they can't move because you're constantly taking that shot. So slowing it down, positioning them, guiding them through, it just makes the experience more enjoyable for them, but it also means you're not overshooting. Please fix your file names. Okay, this is so weird, but if you're sending your client images like image 900 blah 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 .jpeg, like why don't you instead put your copyright, your name, or your name and then the client's name and the number, or how many images they're getting, because it's just those little tweaks that shows that they are important to you and that they are filed correctly, and it just makes them feel warm and fuzzy. You know, it's that little tweak I think is really important, and it's so easy to do, honestly, on export. It's so easy to do, and I do it all the time, but for me it's really important that I put that in. And also, in the event that the client, I don't know, loses my contact details for whatever reason, they can still look at the image and see my name there, so it does help them. Also, it means that when they might send it off to a professional, it will have my details on it, so they can contact me if they need to, even though it's in the metadata, but having it in the title does help. When you do send your images off, don't just send them as a download. Like, tell them to view them on a big screen if they can, not just on their mobile phone. Say you can guide them with selection if you want. Show them about how to choose their images. Like, I give them that script and then they're like, okay, Khandie's in the know. And sometimes they'll ask me, which ones do you recommend? I say, well, you've got quite a lot of headshots there. Maybe we get this one for a bit more storytelling, this one for a bit of evergreen content. And I show myself to be a knowledgeable person, and that kind of inspires them. And often clients will then buy more images because they love some, but then they also want to take my advice on board and end up upselling more, which is a really nice way to earn a little bit of money, you know? I'm going to tell you now, clean your backgrounds. Like, I mean, it's a bit harder because I shoot a lot of street photography and I do a lot of street fashion, stuff like that, but please clean your backgrounds. Please don't just go, I'll get that in Photoshop. It's so much easier for you just to do it right then and there. It makes the client feel like you care about the images. And particularly if, you know, the client wants to see the back of the camera and then they see all that crap there, like, just try your hardest to clean it up and make it look tidy before you hit that shutter. I think you can also tell with images. Sometimes, like, I'll do a photo shoot and I like someone else has done one and I'll just be like, wow, I didn't realize that like it would look like that, and there's loads of rubbish on the floor. Or recently I did a shoot where the place where the model was posing was full of graffiti, just like scrawls, not like decent graffiti. So I just removed it because although I can't physically remove it from the photo shoot, I think spending that time just to tidy the image up really matters, and it was able to then elevate that image. This comes with time, but definitely pick a default edit, like at least something that kind of feels like yours. If 1 minute you're doing like muted greens and the other is hugely vibrant, your client won't really know what to expect from your imagery. So you need to start cleaning up. Now, your style can evolve, but at least if you're doing headshots, have them in a certain style. If you're just doing wedding sessions, have them in a certain style. Don't keep swapping and changing. Your style definitely comes with time. For me, mine often is quite warm, or it's warmer, should I say, and it's quite nice natural colours, but on the warmer side, because I like that. You know, I think that really lends itself. I love that sort of nostalgic look it gives. It's only subtle, but for me, I really appreciate that. And so my work emulates that. I think having consistency definitely equals professionalism. Every now and then I'll do a little random one because the client asks for it, and I'll do it and I'll share it to show, hey, look, little different edit from me, and people comment on it. But for the most part, I want to stay as consistent as possible so that I'm reliable as a photographer and people know what they expect. Another thing, stop over explaining your prices. Your prices are your prices and that's it. They're set. You can negotiate. I always say if you're going to negotiate, add product, do not discount first. Adding an extra image isn't all that big a deal, but removing money just belittles your work and then teach that client that you had actually overpriced yourself in the first place. For me, I'm like, I wouldn't even add a product. I'd be like, I can give you a print because I know they're really cheap to get over. I would have never filed. Top tip is when you state your price, state the price and then pause and let them digest it. Do allow that emptiness to hang in the air a little bit and then just go, so yeah, that'll be £99 for the extra image if that's your price. And they go, oh, right. And you go, So what we can do is create this package for you that you have here, where you've got 2 images and then 99 each. That's 190. And I had to do my math quickly there. So yeah, and then they go, is it really 99? Yeah, that's the price. Because I just feel like we need to be powerful when it comes to our pricing. We don't let the client negotiate our pricing to the point where they're in control. We're in control, and I definitely am against discounting before. Like, it should be the last resort. Okay, so none of these cost you money. None of these are things you can't just fix. It takes time for some of them, but I do think these will make you stand out less as an amateur. And they are something that I think every business should look at and check that they're doing. So if you like this kind of video, please like, subscribe, hit that bell button. And also, I'm going to tell you now, you can ask me questions and I will do videos on them, be it on here or on my podcast, which is why I started doing these. So I hope these have helped. If they have, please give me a thumbs up and I'll see you all in the next video.